why at the University of Toledo?
At the time I was looking for my master's program, I had looked at several different options. I had looked at University of Michigan, I had looked at Ohio State where I had earned my undergraduate degree. I had family in the area here in Toledo, and I learned about the Executive MBA program, and when I looked at the composition of the curriculum, the faculty, and then of course the price, there was no program that could have matched it. It was just an incredible opportunity, and at the time it was just starting to become a really hot degree to pursue, executive management. So I was really fortunate in getting in the second class of the program, and really it has just been a wonderful experience. I was glad that I was able to sort of foresee the benefit of an executive. Back on the experience with the Executive MBA program, the first thing that comes to mind was just the faculty and staff and how much they cared about us. Right from day one, they were there to help us with our books. They delivered our books right to us. You know, everything as big as what is our curriculum going to look like for the semester to everything as small as here's your parking pass. But then when you got into the class and you got to know your class members who quickly become your family, just the knowledge gained just from these other professionals who are in the class with you is that in and of itself made the program worthwhile. And then you have this extremely dedicated faculty with comprehensive backgrounds, and they've got research experience, they've got teaching experience, they have national and international business connections that they put you in touch with. All of that culminates to just a program that you can't touch in any other way. But I never once felt like I wasn't extra important. They made us all feel like we were VIPs every day of the week. And when we were here Friday, Saturday, you never had any wants. They were right there with, if you need an extra cup of coffee because you were falling asleep in the class because you had just put in an all-nighter the night before, they were right there. The dedication of the staff and the faculty were. Well, the unique aspect of the Executive MBA program is the people that you are in class with, and of course the networking that you get in the community internationally when we went on our trip overseas. I actually had the opportunity to work across several industries, everything from retail marketing to technology commercialization to education and now entrepreneurial training. Through my career path, which has been very varied across industries, the contacts and the network that I have been able to maintain through this program is akin to what you get in an Ivy League school without having to go through the expense of an Ivy League education, yet get the same quality education and quality network that you would get.
Excellent. You touched upon the trip. Could you tell me where you went
Sure.
and what that experience was like as well?
The international trip was the highlight of the program. And I think that's a unique aspect of the program because you get to go overseas and take your classroom theory and not only apply it here locally with some businesses as well as nationally, then you get to go overseas and you get to compare and contrast. Our class happened to go to Germany, then we went to Scotland and of course England, and we were able to meet with NCR, so a technology company, and then move to Scotland and visit a microbrewery, so a startup business. So even the range of organizations that we were able to see on an international trip in a compressed amount of time was fantastic. And those experiences, the hands-on, the tactical experience of seeing a startup company and a Fortune 500 level company overseas and compare it with the equivalent companies here was just, anytime you're looking for a graduate program, you are looking for a good return on investment, whether that be an emotional return on investment or a financial return on investment, as well as an educational return on investment. My experience with the program is it was life-changing. I was fortunate to have company sponsorship, and I only had to put a fair amount of my own personal funds towards the program. Even if I had not had corporate sponsorship, in hindsight, I would have paid 100% of the tuition because my return on investment has been immeasurable. I have been able to take a very unique and lucrative career path. I started out in technology commercialization. My biggest clients were NASA, US EPA, and USGS From there, I moved to a Fortune 500 company doing retail marketing for limited brands, for their catalog for Victoria's Secret. From there, I was able to move onto an educational path, and I was able to teach. I was able to start up and run a career center, and now I'm able to start up and run a small business incubator. All of those aspects, all of those industries were touched upon in my education here through the Executive MBA program. Any other program would never have provided that breadth and depth of knowledge. So the return on investment, you just can't put a price on it. You learn an incredible amount of material in a very short period of time, and there are times where you're exhausted, but it's the energy that you have from this short time frame, from this incredible group of students that you are studying with, from the faculty who are teaching you cutting edge technologies, they're teaching you cutting edge business practices. It is just an incredible program that I would recommend to anyone, because I cannot emphasize how much you will get 5, 10, 15 years later from the program. A program that would allow me the flexibility to move from a government agency to a for-profit and to a nonprofit. All of those aspects were covered, not at a tertiary level, in detail, in depth. I got a breadth of knowledge and a depth of knowledge that has allowed me to take my career in paths that most other people will never ever have the opportunity.